Hello, everyone. We're here this week to look back at the 1998 FA Trophy run. I'm pleased to say I'm joined by Kevin Formby. All right, mate. How are you?
I'm all right, Amos. Thanks. You?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. So before we get on to obviously the trophy run, how are you spending lockdown? How's it going for you?
Well, as you can see, I've got my golf gear at the ready. Got it back on. Hopefully, teeing off at 3:20 this afternoon. So that's the bonus. No, it's been strange times, to be perfectly honest with you.
Are you missing the football?
Immensely. Got to get over that line, Liverpool. Yeah.
Oh well, surely can't deny it from us now. Surely everything, from Gerrard's slip to being on so many points last season, who'd have thought it would be a pandemic that stop it this time?
Well, it's a bit debatable with Man United fans and Everton fans, isn't it? I think they're wishing it should be null and void, but let's hope not, eh?
No, that'd be worst case scenario. So we're going to discuss the '98 FA Cup trophy, FA Trophy run. So, what are your memories from that season?
Um, to be honest, it was a good season. We started off really well, and we made a few signings. I was one of them. Dave Thompson, John Deary, and a few other guys came in with Paul Futcher, rest in peace, who's a great player himself. We started off really well. The squad itself, we had a good start to the season and stuff like that. And I think we're above mid-table, holding our own. The squad wasn't the biggest. That's what I remember of that season. So we did it too. It did affect that, first team 11. We're a bit weaker in some aspects of that. But on our day, I thought in that division at the time, with our first team at first 11, we could probably match anyone in that league. And which proved to be really in the FA Trophy run, which was a nice distraction, to be perfectly honest with you, with the league as well.
Was it a good tight knit squad that you had?
Yeah, very good, to be honest with you. Still in touch with quite a few guys, and I've not made one yet, so don't tell me off. But I'm hoping to get back to Southport, with the past members and meet up with them. So hopefully, Jed Kelty's still in touch, Tim Ryan's still in touch, Billy Stewart, John Deary, Dave Thompson. I'm still in touch with quite a few players from that era, yeah.
So, of course, you scored quite an important goal in that run. You scored the goal that I got Southport to Wembley. So, just talk us through your emotions of being involved in that match.
It was offside, but I assure people it wasn't. What I remember from that day, Amos, was we stayed away, even though it was a home game. Of the tie, we were 1-0 up. We won 1-0 away at Slough. It was a great result. And my memory serves me right. Tim Ryan was out, so I ended up filling at left back for Tim. Because as you know, he tended to get a few yellow cards, did our Tim, over the course of a season. And it dropped on that game, the semi-final, the first leg. So we went down there a bit weaker because he was a great player, Tim. He really was a good player. So I played left back, but we managed to get a 1-0 victory. I wouldn't say smash and grab, but we defended well and got the away goal. I can't remember who scored it, to be honest with you, on the day. It doesn't serve me right. But going back to Haigh Gav, it was very evenly poised, the tie. Mr. Clapham took us away. We stayed at Wrightington Country Club for the night, which was strange, really. We used to just stay at home, at your own house for a home game and turn up next day. But we went for a small training session at the bottom of Parbold Hill. If you ever drive past that way, there's a little playing fields on your right hand side. They took us down there for a bit of a stretch in the morning after breakfast. And then we were told about 1:30, get ready to go to the game. But what I do remember which I do remember from the day, which was special, as you get to you roundabout, I looked at the stand because we went the back way in, and the main stand was already full before we'd even got to the ground. You're talking about 1:30, and that really hit home when we seen that. Then that's when the nerves started to kick in a bit.
So did that atmosphere sort of going into the match just give you the confidence going in that 1-0 win, that 1-0 lead, that you could see the job out?
But to be honest with you, the game didn't really pan out like that. I think, to be perfectly honest, in the first half, and we didn't go at them as we should, and it was. I just think people were a bit nervous, and the ultimate prize was getting to Wembley and things like that. And we conceded a goal. It was a great goal from the third shot. And that seemed to wake us up after that, to be perfectly honest with you. And we did go at them in the second half. Unfortunately, we managed to get the winner with about 15 minutes to go. What I do remember is the shot. He hit it out of the keeper. And as he hit it, I managed to deflect the ball out of the way of the keeper who'd already, and it just rolled into the net, to be perfectly honest with you. And then after that, the place erupted.
So it's sort of that just amazing atmosphere, the celebrations. That's something that sticks with you now.
Yeah, after it, we were invited into Directors Lounge, both teams, to be perfectly honest. I always remember Jack Carr, God bless him, and all that, and it was free beer and everything. But it was a really, really nice. It was something to give back to the fans, to be perfectly honest with you. Southport ever got to Wembley, but it's certainly a long time since they've been there before, if they've ever been there. And it was the first time for a lot of players, so me included. So it's a really special occasion getting through to Wembley, yeah.
And you mentioned it was definitely onside, but that little bit added a bit of controversy. That make it feel a little bit more sweeter as well.
It did, to be honest with you. And to be honest with you, it was the speed of my movement, Amos, that makes it look like it wasn't offside. No, I'm only joking. It looks as if it's the ball. I was already running that way, and it is nip and tuck, to be honest with you. They still watch it back on YouTube. It looks a bit debatable. But at the end of the day, that's history now, isn't it? At the end of the day, their players were a bit aggrieved at the time, but to be fair, afterwards, they weren't sore losers. And looking back over it, I think we just picked them and deserved to go through.
So lucky VAR weren't in action back then.
Let's not mention that, shall we, Amos?
So, what are your memories of the build-up to the final? Of course, it didn't end the way we would have liked, but it must have still been a fantastic day. Just travelling down to London and going up to the stadium, the Twin Towers.
Yeah, we had a few. Yeah, it was strange because I'd never done it before. One or two players, John Deary, Dave Thompson, experienced pros. They'd probably played there before, but even for them, it was really a good feeling. But obviously, we were part-time then, not full-time. So it was just Tuesday, sometimes a game, Thursday training, Saturday game. But it was every night. It was thick and fast. They even recorded a song. I don't think I made it there that night. But they did a song. Every night we were doing something or other to do with the Wembley. I think I got interviewed for the Echo. They came around and things like that. So it's really, really exciting times. But I do remember, I can't remember, we played a few games before the Wembley game. And there was a bit of nervousness there. So people didn't want to get injured and obviously miss the massive Wembley game. But when the day came, it was a very special occasion. Result, to be honest with you, could have gone either way on the day, in my opinion. I thought we were the better team on that day. But if you want to talk more about that, I can do that if that's what you need, yeah.
Well, before we discuss the game, was it nice just going into it as underdogs? Did it take a bit of pressure off you and just that you could just enjoy yourself? You could enjoy that sort of being interviewed by the papers, recording songs, the normal stuff.
Yeah, they'd won the league as well, Cheltenham. They were going up and they'd won it. They'd beaten everyone that season. To be honest with you, high-profile manager, good players, ex-league players, and I think they were full time. But we didn't class ourselves as underdogs. We thought we could beat them on the day, but it didn't prove to be. You know, a set-piece goal decided it.
Of course, you mentioned you thought you played well on the day and you could have been the team, it could have gone either way. So is it a bit disappointing in that aspect that you could have come away with it and it could have been such a much more memorial occasion?
Yeah, you always look back, don't you, and what if and things like that. I mean, to me personally, I had a couple of chances. Keeper saved one, and the other one, instead of hitting it with my right foot, which I wish I'd done, I took it back onto my left, and they got a block in on me. But we had a few other chances apart from that. And if you ever watch the game back, I think we were well the better team. And it was a set-piece goal that beat us on the day. But not to be. But we all thoroughly enjoyed the occasion, the experience, yeah.
Having 10,000 Southport fans in Wembley must have been a bit surreal, really. From Hague Avenue to Wembley, must have been a bit of a mad one to have that atmosphere and have that support.
I don't think anyone expected the amount of people to travel down because we were only averaging. We had a full house for the semi-finals, which was brilliant, but we didn't envisage that many people, 30,000 people. You know, 10,000 Southport fans, Sandgrounders going down there. It was fantastic. What I do remember on the day, it was about 100 degrees. It was blooming, even when you weren't warming up, you were still sweating on the actual day. But yeah, it was a great following. The crowd were magnificent, yeah.
So you've already mentioned him once, but let's discuss the manager at the time, Paul Futcher. So what was he like to play under and play with, because he was a player manager?
To be honest, Paul, I've got the utmost respect for Paul. He was a fantastic pro. I mean, I don't know how old he was at the time. He must have been near 40. And to be honest with you, he was still the best player on the pitch, arguably most games. He could ping a pass 30, 40, 50 yards with either foot and dictate games, to be perfectly honest with you. And it was really sad. I mean, I played with him. It must be getting on about 6 years ago when we played the team that won the league and against the team that got to the trophy final, and I got back together with him then. And he was such a fit guy, a really fit guy. But yeah, he was a great player, one of the best players I've played alongside Paul, and a great manager too.
Where does he rank with managers in your career?
Arguably one of the best, to be honest. Arguably one of the best, if not the best.
And was it a good dynamic having a manager alongside you in the field? Did it kind of add that he was there fighting alongside you?
Yeah, I think it helped. To be honest, I'd never played with a player manager before that. To be perfectly honest with you, and I didn't know how it'd work. But obviously, he's playing alongside you. He knows he was playing well, or who could do with the substituting, or was going through a bad patch and things like that. But he was a really approachable guy, and he brought us in. So he was going to play us guys, sort of thing. But yeah, he was a really good coach as well. Training sessions were really interesting with Paul. It wasn't just a mundane running and stuff like that. It was all ball work, crossing and shooting, interesting stuff, all stuff that could be applied during a match. But yeah, I really enjoyed playing for Paul.
Was that entire era around the club just extra special for you, having grown up 20 minutes down the road in Ormskirk? You weren't too far away, so you know it's one of the closest teams to you. So that just make it that extra bit like of an occasion for you.
It did. To be honest with you, a lot of local people. After a game, I'd always go into the bar with the fans because an awful lot of my friends and relatives and stuff like that, and basically locals got to know me. All knew me anyway when I used to play for Rochdale and Burscough before that. So I used to always go into the bar afterwards and have a chat with them. So I could even hear the voices for some of the locals in the crowd as we were playing or warming up at Wembley and things like that. So it was extra special for me, to be perfectly honest with you. I really, being a local lad. There was a few of us, Dave Thompson, John Deary, both from Southport as well. So it should have been extra special for them guys as well.
It's fun. Like, where does the club like place in your heart? Does it still? Do you still cast an eye to how Southport are doing now?
Always, yeah, always, yeah. We, we've always had some really good teams, Southport, and so I always keep an eye on the results. Liam's doing a fantastic job at the minute, maybe going through a transition period. But I always keep an eye on the team and see how they're doing, and hopefully the good days will be back sooner rather than later.
Well, thank you very much for joining me today to discuss the 1998 FA Trophy.
No problem. Amos, thanks for inviting me.
No worries.
I'd just like to wish you well if the season comes back. Has it been cancelled? I don't know. Has it been cancelled?
No.
Has it? Good luck for next year. And if you see me about, good luck to all the Southport fans.
For anyone who wants to relive, or for me, who wasn't born for the 98 match, wants to see it for the first time, it's been shown, both the semi-final and the finals being shown on the club's Facebook and social media channels this weekend. So hope everyone can tune in. Once again, thank you, and goodbye, everyone.
Thank you very much.